Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins, where I'm trying to equip my people, but I accidentally clicked on the clothing, and that apparently makes the clothing come off. Have some scale boots. Heavy, I have 2 heavy chainmails, jeez. The chainmail gloves. Now he needs a weapon. Balanced greatsword. Oh, does he not have? I thought he had a necklace of some sort. I guess not. Okay. 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 What does it take for them to switch their weapons? Like that, that's odd for me. Okay, alright, so we're at camp. Oh, I'm also excited for this because it will maybe let me see them interact a little differently. Hello?
What do you need?
Do you want to talk
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
He was like a father to you, I understand.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
He had you.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
I understand.
Of course, I'd be dead then, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
It's not like that would make him happier. I think he came from High Ever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
I wonder. I think in some ways, yeah, it would be... I feel like... I don't know, I'd like to think that she had a Dalish elf clan that maybe got killed or something. I don't know, that's not nice to think, but if I'm gonna make up a story of some sort and their background is kind of vague, especially, like, I feel like the elves, a lot of elves, just, especially mages, just can kind of feel this sense of loss because they've lost so much throughout time and history, you know?
Yes, I imagine you really have, haven't you? Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Anytime, Alistair. Oh, okay, because the approval thing doesn't... I'm not as worried about it in this one as I was in the other one. What are you barking at, buddy?
Oh, why, you little...
Oh. What?
Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
Oh, look. There's hardly any blood drawn still. He shouldn't have. Yes, that's not okay, puppy.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
I don't know why you were near his food in the first place.
I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Oh, don't scare him. I never feed you another human being.
It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
your full dog placed in my pack.
Aww, puppy.
A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
Oh my gosh, that is just mean. Why doesn't he share his food with me?
You are welcome to this if you really want it. The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
It was a gift.
I just did.
Aww. He just wanted to be friends.
I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
Oh, don't be mean to my dog. Oh, I think you hurt his feelings.
He's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Oh, we're meeting Sten now. Okay. Okay. Watch. They gotta figure
You are
each
a
other
true
out.
warrior and worthy of respect.
They get along. Oh. Yeah. Trying to find a way through the earth. It's gonna take some time, you know. This is adorable! Well, good luck with that then. He ignores me and keeps digging. You know what? Whatever brings you happiness. Life of a dog is probably a pretty good one. Alright, let's, talk. Those are like the merchant guys? Okay, Sten.
Why are we stopping?
I think we should talk for a moment.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
Yes, are you alright? You were in that cage
You are
for weeks.
concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
Never seen a Kunari before. Can you... I think I would rather say, can you tell me about your people?
No.
I thought so. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, no, I was. Why not?
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of... The elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
What? Yeah. A little hostile?
Many humans have said that to me. I do not understand it. If I were indeed hostile, you would be bleeding.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he's just being honest to what he sees. Okay.
I am.
Whoa. What made you decide to go over?
Decide. I am a Sten of the better side. I did not
yes,
choose to be
yes.
who I am any more than you did.
Right. Why would the Kunari
The
send
Antam are the eyes, hands, and mouth of the Kunari. We are how my people know the world.
Doesn't that make your view of things a little
Compared to
skewed?
what?
Well, good question.
What does anyone truly know of the world? The world changes. We change. The Antam observe what we can, just as you do. There is no
Okay.
point to this. We are keeping the Darkspawn waiting.
What's your hurry?
What a strange language you speak. You say hurry, where I would say duty.
Oh, he speaks English. Cool. It's not your duty.
No, it is yours, and you are chatting with me instead.
I gotta get to know you.
As you wish.
Nope. Come back. We're talking
Yes.
again. Oh, did he approve? I think he approved of something. I wanna...
Speak, then.
Oh, okay.
Then I suggest we move on.
What? Oh, I could make him leave. Jeez. What were you
Sitting, as you
doing?
observed.
You were actually standing, technically. That's not what I meant.
It's what you asked.
These are all, like, these are not, he literally answered my question. It's not like he doesn't like me, he's talking straight. He's talking straight to me. Just tell me.
I did.
Yeah, I knew it.
Arshera, was there anything else?
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Hey, why'd you come to
To
Morrigan?
answer a question,
Indeed. What was the answer?
Were you not at Ostagar when the army was overwhelmed? That is your answer.
Don't you have to
Yes.
report back? When are you gonna do that?
Never.
Oh.
I cannot go home.
Why not?
It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting.
Okay.
As you wish.
I don't want to force it. Oh, wow, he approves. Okay. Where's Morrigan? Is she... Where is she? Where is she? Leliana's here. Ooh, she's got like bardic music, like instruments and stuff. And there's food.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
Sorry to put you in such weird clothes. I'll try to find you something else. What was someone like you? That seems kind of rude. I just want to ask, what are you doing in a little...
What is meant by
Yes!
someone like me?
I know. They don't teach you how to fight in the cloister.
Did you think
do
I
they?
was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
Affirmed?
We affirm our belief in the Maker, in Andraste and the Chant, but other than that, there are no vows taken.
Okay. And why were you
The
seeking
Chantry
safe
does not
harbor?
pride, and you should. I desired time apart from the world. I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin.
You told me to mind
And my
business
skill in
and then you
battle?
tell me.
Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Oi! I'm not
Yes?
talking to you.
Well, here I am.
Why am I so short? Do you have
Of
tales
course
to
I
share?
do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
There was an...
Which one?
do you know anything about the Dalish?
I have heard a little about how the elves gained their freedom from the Tevinter Imperium. When Andraste began her exalted march against the Imperium, the elves joined her cause to fight their masters. The great elven leader, Shatan, born in captivity, rose up to lead his people. He foresaw a future where the elves were
Right,
free.
they've been trying to cut out
Shatan was
Shatan from
killed
the
when
light.
Andraste was betrayed, but the elves continued to fight, eventually breaking free of the Imperium. The elves claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in the land of their own. The
Didn't
elves
last.
lived in the Dales for centuries. They resurrected the worship of the elven gods and would allow the building of no chantry. This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The chantry says the elves struck first, but I do not know whether to believe it. The chantry declared a wholly exalted march against the elves, named for Andraste's similar march against Tevinter. During the exalted march of the Dales, the elven cities were sacked, and the elven state completely dissolved. Some of the elves bitterly accepted their fates and surrendered to human rule, living in the human cities as second-class citizens. But others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow to the humans, and instead became homeless wanderers. They were the elves of the Dales, the Dalish.
Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, asking her a story made her approval go up. That is odd. Where is she? Oh. Really? She's gonna do that? What are those?
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Did you grow up in the Kokiri
Why do you
Wilds?
ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
You could if you wanted to.
Oh, what luck.
Aha.
What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time, I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long.
Oh, that fire
brief
movement
forays
is making
into
me
a
sick.
civilized wilderness.
But you kept
Would you
going
not do
back.
the same?
Yep.
Your world is an unforgiving and cold place. The wilds I hail from is home to me, and I a natural denizen. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Very daring. That sounds like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
Nice. That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive.
Oh, God.
I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
I have no idea. I'm not human.
Do not speak to me of trivialities. Your culture is not so entirely different. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I
Man,
returned to
she's
the
chatty
wilds
for
last, I
not
swore
wanting
to
to tell me
Flemeth that I had
things.
no intention of leaving again.
Yeah, here
Yes,
you
here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
are. Okay. Well, she approved. All right. I guess let's, there's a lot of talking, so we will...
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodahn Fenwick, at your service, once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
What are you selling?
Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes. Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
You're free to stay. Just mind
Wonderful.
yourselves.
Thank the kind lady, won't you, boy?
Thank you, kind lady.
Oh, that
It
kid
won't
is
be a bother
creepy.
to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Okay. Okay.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out.
What's your story?
I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Haha. Why did you leave?
One day, a noble woman came to my stall. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
And did you steal them?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tigers. They're full of things that people left behind.
It's true.
Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold.
I see.
The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft
It wasn't
of her brother's
theft, he was
braces.
dead.
I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
And now here you are.
Yes, here I am. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
I'm curious, but I'm like,
Yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here, I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head.
Yeah, he
I
seems
took
like
him
it.
in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Blood isn't all that
That's how I've always felt. As long as he's happy, so am I. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments.
Well, there you go.
He might have
I think
even
he
been
seems like a
lyrium-addled.
nice guy.
I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can
Oh.
work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
Well, he seems like a nice guy.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods.
Okay. Whoa. Whoa. 'Tis expensive. Portable bulwark. Well, looks like a branch torn from a living tree. There's an aura spied about it as if it was filled with wasps. Interesting. Okay. Spirit hands. While using such Dalish runic patterns make these gloves somewhat difficult to put a specific maker. Best guess is they were modified for shamanistic purposes, but few would admit such. Ooh, it's tier 4 for mages. Plus 10% spirit damage. Angled strikers. Oh. Dancing shoes. Silver hammers, tackmasters. From this cord when you change hands only on a very violent or expensive occasions. Okay. Identified by a simple runic pattern on the inverse, the cowl is commissioned by a group of mages to improve the perception of magic and making problems disappear before the chantry gets involved. Huh, okay. Wow, that's a dog collar. Jeez. These things they seem expensive. You know what I mean? Sell. I don't need it taking up space. I'll sell that one because we've got 2 of those. We'll sell those since we got those. Just trying to make sure my space is fine. Those spirit hands look cool, but that's a good chunk of my money. And it's only, well, I don't know if I'll ever see this guy again is the thing. Or maybe I will. Maybe he'll just keep following us. I wouldn't mind that. Because then I'd have a dude. The freaking hats look ridiculous, though. Okay, I didn't pick up anything else, did I? Oh, I did. Sell the amethyst. I'm still not sure how to do that. Okay,
Hello.
The boy's a
hi.
bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
Okay. What enchantments
He can
does
fold
do?
lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment.
And
Oh,
there
well.
you have it.
I'd like...
Enchantment.
Oh, I don't have any? What do you need to enchant? I have lots of things. Quest completed. What was my quest? What now? Did I see something glowing? What now?
What do you need?
Never mind. What now? How do we get out of here? World. Oh, okay. Alright, off we go then. Gather my party and venture forth.
Yes.
Ah. Oh, this is hard.
Yes.
I really want to see what
Indeed.
Morrigan and Alistair think of Sten and Leliana. And my doggy is so cute, but I don't know. It's so hard. So can I just travel wherever I want? Oh. Okay, I can travel to Sultrus Pass. Okay, I can't travel to the castle, but I can travel to Redcliffe Village. Are we actually gonna get there? Okay, so it is... Okay, alright, weird. I think the loading screen was kind of weirding me out for a while, because it's like the map, and I was like,
Look,
where?
can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
Let me guess, what's on your mind?
I told you before how Al-Eamon raised me, right? That my mother was a serving girl at the castle and he took me in. The reason he did that was because... because my father was King Marek, which made Caelan my half-brother, I suppose.
Okay! Yeah?
Maker's breath, I hope not. I don't think so. You don't think so, do you? I'm a bastard. And nobody even knows about me. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me.
That's huge!
I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Caelan's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible.
Do you think it was
sorry.
because of that Duncan let you out? Those little game
Why
mode?
wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. At any rate, that's it. That's what I had to tell you. I thought you should know about it.
Oh, okie dokie. I mean, I feel like he doesn't need to tell me if he doesn't want to. It's his own life, you know?
Because it will probably come up. I didn't want to walk into Redcliffe without you knowing the truth. That would be just awkward. I had no
Yeah.
illusions about my status, however. It's always been made very clear that I'm a commoner, and now a Grey Warden, and in no way in line for the throne. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Arl Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people.
Huh.
Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard... Oh, no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move
I really
on?
don't.
And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
Oh boy. Yikes. And what does that make me? Aren't you?
See? I knew you could do it. It's easy, isn't it?
You can be whatever you want, man. I don't care. Okay. Where am I? Where am I going? That, where is this? This is nothing. That's Deathroot. So it looks like the bridge is the only way to go. Where this lovely
I
man
thought I saw
is.
travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
I'm on important business. I need to see Arl Eamon.
Oh. Then you don't know. Has nobody out there heard?
I've heard Arl Eamon is sick.
He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack.
Whoa!
Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us
Holy
until
crap.
dawn. Everyone's been fighting.
Only
and
until
dying.
dawn?
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
Yeah.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together.
Tegan was the guy
He'll want to see you.
in the place.
Antigan, Arl Eamon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll
so
come
he's
with me.
another uncle of the once was king. Man, if you've played Inquisition, you know Redcliffe is a big place to go. Oh boy. Contribution to party damage, 26%. Oh, bummer. I'm not doing very well. Oh, shoot. So it's not Darkspawn. What is it?
It's
I don't have my
Thomas,
staff.
yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
Yeah.
No, my lord.
Kunari,
They just
Witcher,
arrived,
Mage,
and I
a
thought you would want to
Templar.
see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Bantegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud. Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive!
Should we trust this guy?
This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
You don't believe
What,
him?
that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Caelan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances.
Why are we zooming up to your face?
You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts.
Can you
The
not
attack
just
started
get
a
in?
few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished
From
during the assault.
castle. What are you talking
Some
about?
call them the Walking Dead, decomposing corpses, returning to life with a
right.
hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Caelan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arl Eamon.
You want my help? You don't know me.
I know Alistair, and I trust those he chooses to travel with. What do you say?
I have questions.
By all means.
Isn't there any way to get into
The castle is closed to us, its doors barred. We could storm it certainly, but what would that accomplish? Our numbers are too few. We cannot throw men at the castle walls when they are needed to protect the village.
Why don't you just
I
evacuate?
tried. Our one attempt at an organized evacuation resulted in an immediate attack.
Wow.
Yesterday, I found out these creatures attack those fleeing on their own, even during daytime. Whatever lies in the castle wants this village dead.
What happens?
Once the village is safe, we will try to enter the castle to find the source of this trouble. Then you will help us?
No. What would that do me?
There are no darkspawn here, and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand.
We need Arl Eamon. There's a chance to rescue them.
Perhaps.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess.
We need Arl
Thomas,
Eamon.
please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
I don't know why
Now
the
then,
inclusion
there is
of
much to
4
do before
people-
night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Tell me more about
Of course.
situation with you. You have some
I
of the
have those
knights?
few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes?
Yes. Their search for
Yes,
the urn?
I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. That I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
Oh. Why are you in the
Sir
chantry?
Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
Don't you need more
We could
men?
bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
What
I do not
exactly
know.
are they?
They seem to be walking corpses, men with rotting flesh that continue to attack even with the gravest
I need
injuries.
to level up and get
Undead,
something.
spirits possessing the dead. There could be several causes behind such a thing, none of them pleasant.
Okay. So,
Hopefully we can find the source and stop it before it causes any more
Yeah.
damage. With luck...
Okay, I should
Very
go
well.
back to it.
Luck be with you, my friend.
Oh boy. Sten approves. Morrigan disapproves. Really? Oh, you dumpling. I just got all those points with her and now I got nothing. Is that Leliana?
I'm scared, Mother.
Are
When are the
you?
bad men coming? Soon, darling. Don't worry. Everything will be all right. I want to go home.
What do you wish of me?
Wow, we get like, wow.
I
We
already
get like, oh, cop, like stopping to talk animations book. Codex. Discussion of the chantry calendar. Okay, I'm gonna have to call this one here. Thank you all for joining me. Things are getting intense now. Jeez. Oh, man. Alright, then I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.